I just learned something. Widow's Peak.
That's so weird because I was just talking about that with one of my coworkers yesterday. About that's actually a dominant trait. So it's like if your mom or like your dad have a widow's peak, then it's a strong likelihood that the kids will too.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Way to start the show off.
That's what I'm here for.
We're actually rolling. Yeah, so,
well, we're learning.
Well, hey, for those of you watching on our YouTube channel, you may recognize the person across the table from us, Mr. Jay Jones. What's up, Jay?
What's up? What's going on, y'all?
Nothing, man. Thanks for coming to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. How's the drive?
It was perfect.
Yeah,
it was perfect. 45 minutes.
It's not that bad, man. It's kind of relaxing. You get your thoughts together, before you.
I had a nice scenic route. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, very scenic.
Nice. Not really. But it was
definitely
lots of trees.
To see.
I don't know. I like Route 50. Of course, my favorite part's going over Falls Lake, and I'm like, oh, look at the lake, and then
nothing else.
Lots of trees.
Yeah.
I remember when I moved away from Creedmoor. Back in 2013, I was thinking as I was driving down 50, I was like, I'd never have to drive down this road again. Never. And here I am again, doing it again.
I used to stay off of Lake Boone, and I think that was the only time I ever came over here, like, once.
There was really no reason to come
like,
here.
I never want to go there again. And then I met you, and I'm like, yeah, I got to pull up. I got to pull up.
Well, like, those of you that are watching, you may recognize Jay from PLUS Dueling Piano Bar. He's a drummer over there, fills in when Nikki takes breaks and whenever Nikki can't be there. Yep. How long you been doing that for PLUS now?
I believe about 3 years now, almost 3. It'll be 3. Well, it's probably about 2.5 now. Yeah, 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah. And it's been dope. It's been dope filling in for Nikki. She's definitely a great drummer, and
her story's crazy about how she learned how to drum.
Literally in 3 years maybe. So like,
was it that long?
Not even
3?
Now. It's probably because I've been at PLUS for 3, so it's been maybe 6 months or so before I came. So
how long have you been drumming though? I mean, put that in perspective. She learns in 3 years, and you probably been doing it your life, right?
Yeah. So I found out that I loved the drums when I was 4. In church. I had 2 older cousins. One's name was O'Neill, and the younger brother's name was Jeremy, and they were great drummers, man. Like if anyone thinks I'm good, my cousins, they well now maybe not, but at the time, like they drum. So I had the blessing to be able to watch them. They didn't let me play too much because I was 4. They're like, bro, you can barely reach the drum pedal. Just watch. And then after church, I would play a little bit. So about 8 years old, and my cousins ended up leaving, and that's when my chance came. And I was like, yo, now I get to step in. So from 8 all the way up till middle school, I was playing drums at church, and I would get paid, bro. Like, they would literally pay me from the time I was 8 years old till I was in high school. I was getting paid always every Sunday. I wasn't on like a contract or anything, but like each individual person would be like, this is a love token. This is a love. Aww. So I would leave out on Sundays, sometimes $80, $90, $100, 10 years old, 11 years old. Every Sunday, bro.
You were like counting the days down till Sunday.
What?
You're like, let's go to church,
loving
Mom.
It, right? But my mom was all she always like made it important to let me know, like, oh, you don't do this for money. This is for God. When you're in church,
course. Yeah.
So that was always my mindset on that. But then 6th grade hits, and really 5th grade hits, and the high school music teacher came to the elementary school and was like, yo, if you want to do band, come try out in the gym at 2:00 on Wednesday, whatever. So of course I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to get in the band. Go. And I remember her asking, mind you, I'm in 5th grade, I don't really know anything, I just know drums, and that's it. I don't know how to read. I can hear it, and play it back, but that's all I know. I remember her saying, "What do you want to be in the band?" And I wrote percussionist, not a drummer.
Yeah.
Percussionist, right? And
I feel like
remember
that changes things.
You feel me? And
She's gonna have a big ass bass drum.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I wrote percussionist, not drummer.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember she looked at me and she was just like, "You know what you want to do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what's up." But I didn't even really know at that time. I didn't really know the difference. I was in fifth grade. I didn't really know the difference between a percussionist and a drummer.
You didn't know
but I wrote percussionist. And
drumming is part of the percussion segment.
Right.
Yes.
But being a percussionist, you play multiple things.
Yes.
Isn't like a xylophone?
So
that's all like a ding ding.
Anything. So technically, anything that you
cymbals,
anything that you stroke.
Yeah.
Is a percussion instrument. So a piano.
That's what she said.
A piano is a percussion instrument.
Sorry.
That's perfect.
Insert car crash here.
But so technically anything that has the stroke is a percussion instrument. So pianos, because they have the string and the little hammer that you hit the key and the hammer hits the string, is a percussion instrument. A bass guitar, electric guitar, all those are percussion.
I did not know that about a piano though.
Yeah. All of those
I thought a piano was a string.
So in a grand piano, it has the strings, and even in an upright piano, you have your strings and then the hammer that you strike and it hits the string, and that's where the sound comes from, Yeah. But besides point.
Moving on.
So
you got signed up for percussion.
Right. So she's like, "You know what you want to do." And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to be a percussionist." She's like, "Okay." So that's the end of 5th grade. So the summer they send a little letter in the mail like, "This is what you need to be a percussionist in middle school." So it's like bell set, snare drum, sticks, stands, all of this type of stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that whole summer, get that stuff, get there. I got my drum. I didn't even bother bringing this bell set with me to school because I'm like, I'm playing the drums. I don't really want to play the bells.
Yeah.
Get there. I had a little Filipino music teacher. Her name at the time was Miss Gregorio. I think it's Miss Garcia now. She got married and moved to Seattle. I'm still upset with her about that, but it's okay.
You miss her.
But, yeah,
it's Gregorio Garcia.
Yeah, she was great. But so I remember her being like, "Yo, go to like what instrument you want to play." I went straight to the snare drum. And I'm just there, and this concert snare, just not marching band.
Yeah, it's just like a drum with a stand, right?
Right, just a regular
two sticks.
Just a regular snare drum.
Yeah.
And got the drum. I'm standing up. You're not sitting down playing. Standing up.
Yeah.
And got the stand, so I'm standing there, and she looks at me, and she's like, "Go to the bell set." And I'm like, "What? I don't want to play the bells." And she's like, "I know you can play the snare. I want to teach you something else, So I went from bell set to xylophone to vibraphone to the marimba, from marimba to timpani, from timpani to all the congas, hand drums, the claves. I could play a triangle with perfect technique. You feel me? Like I learned all of that before getting to snare drum, right?
Yeah.
Started reading music. I can read bass clef better because I took to like the marimba better than anything. But
I'm curious about one thing though. How do you not play a triangle with imperfect technique?
You don't.
It seems like it's like a.
If you don't do it confidently,
that's
when you're wrong.
It's
you have to.
There's a lot of vibration that comes with it.
Hold it eye level. And you have to get the perfect stroke. Can't hold the stick too tight either because, like you said, you won't have the vibrations that you have. So but mainly it's just the technique of holding up. I mean, the mic's in my face, but
man, I wish I had a triangle.
You have to be confident with everything you play. So even if it's a little triangle, like that triangle sticks out. It's key.
It's like a cowbell.
And when you play it,
You ever played a cowbell?
A million times. I actually love playing the cowbell.
Is there a perfect technique to that too?
I mean, it's a perfect technique to everything.
Okay, yeah, I'm learning that now. I'm
Yeah.
learning some shit tonight on hammer.
He is
All right.
like an actual through to his core musician. This is not someone who's just up there like stringing a guitar or like getting into music to get chicks or whatever. Like he was taught literally the entire percussion section
Right.
Yeah.
of an orchestra.
And this is only in middle school.
Yes, and
Right.
that will make or break the entire like structure of the sound.
Yeah.
Well, before Jay gets back to his story, and I got your bookmark, middle school snare. I got you.
Okay.
When I was we didn't call it middle school. When I was in middle school, it was called elementary school. It was K through 8th grade, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm old. But we had the music. We had band, and I played the snare drum.
Turn up.
Yeah, so I remember when I got it, it came with the drum, it came with the stand, and it came with the xylophone,
Yeah.
you know, little dingy things.
Yeah.
I hated those too, man. I hated them.
They suck, right?
And like the drum, the only thing I remember is how to hold the sticks, man. You had to like hold them like this, and you had to hold them loose, and you didn't
pull
hit
them.
them. You just let them vibrate, like. I don't know. It's weird, man. This was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's control. It's
That
just-
was
Yeah.
when the school buildings were just a one-room building and had the bell at the top.
Yeah, and like the kids from Little House on the Prairie, you know, they used to walk with me to school, and yeah, blah blah.
You'd
All
have
right.
to take days off of school to help your parents on the farm.
Damn,
Hey,
I got nothing. 'cause
but
it's all
no,
true.
in my area though, we definitely got 7 like days out that you like 7 excuse days for like hunting, farming, fishing, like anything
Oh, yeah?
like that. Lynchburg, Virginia, bro.
It was, oh my God, that's
Y'all ever
wild.
see it? I'm from straight.
Oh,
up
what?
sticks,
What?
bro.
That's whitetail. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know.
You hunt?
Do I?
Oh
I'm
snap!
not talking about. I don't hunt. I kill, bro. I kill.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah.
I
Hey.
had 2 guesses from where Jay was from, and it was Eastern North Carolina or Central Virginia,
Central Virginia.
where I am also from.
Word.
Yes.
So where's your deer tattoo? I mean,
Let me tell however, even after having been vegan for like 7 years now, growing up in the country, my parents are not hunters. They are like, my mom's a farmer. Like she's
Okay.
horses and chickens and that. I definitely am no stranger to that, but our neighbor, and by neighbor I mean the next closest house, which is like, I don't know, a mile or so away,
Right.
would hunt and bring us venison, and my
Nice.
mom would slow cook that, and that was
Nice.
that
roast.
was good.
That's great.
Yes, venison's delicious.
I grew up hunting, man. So I'm from Eastern North Carolina.
Okay.
Now, I'm from where Tony's from, but I'm further east.
Okay.
You know, out there in the sticks, bro. It's like I'm from Bertie County, and I don't know if you ever heard
I've
about.
heard of it, but I've never been there.
So the whole county is probably almost equal to Wake County, but we got one food line. There's one food line in the capital town of Bertie County. That's it, bro. You can drive in every town around Bertie County. One food line. Then you got a bunch of these little like IGAs, mom and pop gas stations,
got
grocery
the
stores.
grocery,
Yeah, you know, and most of those are owned by Middle Eastern people now.
Word.
Yeah, it's all changed, man. It's all changed.
So it is. It's
But-
not. It hasn't got there yet in my neighborhood. We still got the little. Well, once you go up the mountains, like near the Natural Bridge Forest,
Uh-huh.
like once you start going up that way, you start having those little hole in the wall,
Mm.
grocery store, gas station.
Have you ever been to the mountains of northwestern Virginia?
I don't think
Like
so.
Luray Caverns, the Natural Bridge.
Bro,
Mhm.
We'll go. It's sexy.
Bro,
Luray,
yeah.
Virginia is honestly one of the most beautiful towns in Virginia, hands down. And this is coming from me who like I'm not a mountains person, but Luray is beautiful.
Swipe through that, man.
What are we looking at here? So we are.
It's my home.
Oh, cool.
So that's the Natural Bridge. That's
Oh, okay. That's a better picture of it right there.
one
Yeah.
of those really major like natural landmarks in Virginia.
Oh, doubt.
Natural Bridge. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went to Amherst High. I don't know if you've ever heard of Amherst High School. You know,
No.
one
So-
of the best in there. I'm just saying.
What's the biggest buck you've ever shot, man?
You want me to tell the truth or a lie?
Okay. First, tell me.
Okay.
First, tell
You know
me your
what?
lie.
What would you pick?
So yeah, it was a 12-pointer. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the
300.
lie. All right. All right.
Nah, for real, bro. It was probably like a 4-pointer, bro.
4.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I
Was it wide?
It was.
All right.
I mean, it was average. Not too much more.
Oh, that's
It was
nice
pretty
big,
size, bro. It was
Yeah.
alright. It's
I've-
alright.
So I've only I haven't hunted since 2006. I gave it up. It's not that I'm like anti-hunting or anything. I just lost it, dude. I just didn't want to kill anything else anymore. I didn't want to clean it and gut it, and I lost a taste for deer meat, man. I lost it.
I feel that part.
Yeah, I lost a taste. And I used to eat. I grew up on deer meat, man, in the country.
Right.
But had some of my best times deer hunting, man.
No doubt.
So when I was in the military, I'd come home, and the property of land to the right of my family's home was rented out by these people from Virginia that
Okay.
would come down on the weekends during hunting season and just tear up everything. They'd run dogs, and they had deer stands in every corner of the field. So I come back from the military. You know, I grew up on this land. I hunted this land as a kid. So I was like, "Fuck these people, man."
No,
so
straight
I went back there, got on my 4-wheeler, and I did some. But they had these cameras in the trees
Tore
and shit.
everything down.
I didn't tear it down. They may have seen my ass on the camera.
That's even better. That's
And
even better.
then they had this beautiful tower stand sitting up between these 4 trails that crossed, they intersected. Perfect T intersection. And man, there was deer tracks everywhere. I was like, oh, I'm going to get something here. So I'm sitting in the stand about an hour, you know. Then I hear something crushing leaves on the ground. I'm like, oh, fuck, what's that? I look, and dude, there's a monster walking toward me. This thing's like this. It was an 8-pointer, and you ever had buck fever? I'm sure you have. Man, it took me 2 minutes to turn. Like, I'm turning in the tree stand, I'm 10 foot off the ground. I'm turning super slow, right? And I finally get the gun up, and I put him in the crosshairs, and bow, get him. So I load this sucker up. He's about 160, 70 pounds. I put him on my deer rack on the 4-wheeler and go back. And killed him, cleaned him, ate him, gave him to my parents and stuff. 2 weeks later, I do the same shit. This time, these dudes from Virginia were waiting on me. Dude, I climbed up in the deer stand, and I heard somebody screaming, "Hey! Hey!" I'm like, oh, shit, they got me. And he goes, "Man, you son of a bitch, we've been waiting all day to hunt, and you come back here and ruin it." I was like, oh, well, tough shit. I got on my 4-wheeler and left, and, dude, there was like 4 of them making sure that I had left the property and went back to my house. But I told him, hey, man, you should watch them cameras, man. I killed a big 8-pointer a couple of weeks ago.
So that's the one thing I like about our area, because we have, I think it's about 75 acres between the family, right? But it's only like 5 or 6 of us that hunt it, and we got cameras, all that stuff up. So it's like we gonna see if you out there, and then if somebody out there and we see somebody else out there, we coming up on you quick.
Oh yeah,
we gonna like who told you can be out here?
Yeah,
you feel me? So it's like, because when you come to that hunting, like that's how you feed your family. You feel me? Like a lot of people are like walk around. We buy corn throughout that. Like, bro, corn not cheap. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then you feed the deer and then somebody else come on your land and kill it. So that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I get it. You grew up on that land. You know, it's your land. You know, what got me was these fuckers come from Virginia. I'm like, what's wrong with your hunting? What's wrong with your land in Virginia?
Right.
What part of Virginia?
I didn't have a conversation with them. I didn't. And 20 years later, maybe longer than that, they still camp that same area. And there's a pond there. And me and my brother and best friends used to fish it. And we stocked it. All that shit in there is stuff that we put in there. And now we don't even have access to it anymore.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it's all gone now. But it is what it is.
I'm sorry, bro.
But I wish you understood what we were talking about with the.
But this is what I've learned though. Hunt at this age. I'm still a little young, but bro, the older you get, you have to invest, bro. That's it. Like, you can't just go out there trying to hunt like you 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put money into your gear.
Oh.
You got to make sure you got a little heater in your little house and all that out there. You feel me?
Oh, you
once your toes get cold, bro, once your toes cold, it's over.
You mean you can't just go out there in a pair of camouflage pants and a camouflage T-shirt anymore with
if
a orange hat?
If you got a tent out there.
Yeah.
If you got a tent.
Blind?
A blind,
Yeah.
whatever you want. You feel me? Like, if you got that out there, then you
Man,
can
I used to
just
climb
chill,
trees.
man.
I used to climb trees.
Yeah, I'll use like the climber. Just so like now we got like 2 permanent joints, 2 or 3 permanent ones. But
yeah.
Normally I just put the climber on, climb up a nice cedar.
You ever been out there and a bear walks up on you and scares the shit out of you?
So I've never had the opportunity to shoot at a bear or even put it in my crosshairs, but I know these. So on the other side of the ridge, it's this guy that went to school with me. His family owns the other side, and they were trailing a deer one day. I mean, a bear, and the dogs ran it on our side, and I had it in the crosshairs watching what was going on, but that was their bear, so I wasn't gonna shoot it. You feel me? But I seen them shoot a bear. And I seen that same bear smack the hell out of a dog, bro. Smack the hell out of a dog.
I would love to seen that. I'd never seen that. The only time I've seen a bear in the wild that wasn't crossing the road, like 2 miles down the road, was we used to raccoon hunt. And so we would raccoon hunt at night.
Right.
We kind of did it illegally back in the day. We would shine the lights in the trees,
spotlighting.
and you see the eyes in the trees.
Yeah.
So, then you turn the dogs loose on the trees. And then once you see them, I'm telling you, sometimes they'll be in the fields, and then you turn the dogs loose, they'll tree them. Yeah. All right? You ever heard the expression, they tree a coon?
Actually, I have never in my entire existence heard this phrase.
Well,
but thank you for your confidence.
We used to go all the time with my uncle, and he would sell the hides, and he'd make pretty good money off those hides.
Nah, but that's real.
Yeah.
We used to be out in the field. I was younger, so we're definitely not gonna get in trouble now. But,
there's no statute of limitations on raccoon hunting.
Like, we spotlighted a couple times. I mean, luckily, we never killed anything, but we definitely did it. If we would have seen something, definitely would have popped.
And we used to do some bad shit, man. Like while we were raccoon hunting, we would see a possum in the field. We'd chase it down and kick it. Oh, we were so.
God!
We were horrible kids, man. I'm telling you.
Why did you kick the possum? He wasn't doing anything.
It's called possum stomping.
That's what they.
It's called possum stomping. It was a game we used to play.
Were you cow tipping too?
Yes, we did. Actually, I was getting ready to say that.
I've done that.
Yeah.
My grandfather had cows, goats, chickens. When I was young, like baby, I think he had some hogs too. But by the time I was old enough, he only had goats, cows, chickens. So
anything that falls asleep looking stupid like that, standing up, deserves to be pushed over.
So I can push you over
I don't
when
fall
you
asleep
do that.
standing up. Go for it. All right.
Moving on.
I kind of feel like what?
That's fine. There's just nothing. I can't romanticize the idea of going out and hunting for sport, and I know it's different when you are consuming the animal, but in the world of just like overabundance in terms of food, it's wasteful, I think, in my opinion, to go out and hunt and kill just for the sake of the sport, because you're not starving. You know, if I'm lost out in the woods and the only way that I'm going to survive is by taking a life and consuming it,
that's what you got to do.
Exactly.
You're going to die.
Right. You're probably going to die.
You're going to die.
You're not going to have any practice.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do you have any tools of survival with you?
You guys, when my corpse is found, they're going to go, she tried her damnedest, bless her heart.
Somebody will do it for you. You don't have to. Like, literally, all you have to do is, you're good at something. You feel me? Just team up with somebody that's good at killing animals, and then you're good. You feel me?
I assure you, I can cook this venison to perfection. You just got to go get it, babe.
So, see, teamwork.
I promise you, when they find her in the woods dead and they do the autopsy, her stomach's going to be full of leaves and maybe 1 or 2 sticks because she got brave and was like, I'm tired of eating leaves. There will not be any meat.
What about fish?
Again, not as is now. However, we did recently have the pleasure of going fishing with Sweet Willie, and I did have a bite of the mackerel that I caught.
Nice.
I felt like it was only right, but just again, if I were in a situation where I'm like, I gotta go catch fish or else I'm gonna die, then that's what I'll do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Were you at Plus the night we met Sweet Willie? Do you know who Sweet Willie is?
I think he was playing drums that night.
Yeah, he got up there with the harmonica playing. It got the long
hair. That's my boy. I
Yeah.
love he come around.
Yeah, so,
that man can play the harmonica.
Yeah, he did it on the show for us.
Word.
Yeah. He drove, well, first off, me and Laura went to visit him. Because we met him at Plus. I gave him my card. I was like, man,
You
he's
got
a character.
stories and
It's
we
like,
need to hear
we
them.
got it.
Yeah,
we got to
bro
talk.
is lit.
And he's an awesome dude, man. He was
love
like,
him.
well, come on up to Jacksonville. We're going to go fishing, introduce you to my son, show you stuff I got going on. So we did, and he took us out. Well, we went out about 15 miles, I guess, in the ocean. She caught like a 22-pound king mackerel. Then he came on the podcast, drove all the way from Jacksonville here. So he drove like all the way from Jacksonville.
Yeah, so I can't really say
yeah,
much.
nobody can, actually. He's the furthest one so far, right?
Not, oh no, what's that young man's name? The country singer.
Oh, Day.
Did he come from Greensboro?
He came from Virginia. It was like north of Danville. Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
we might.
Lynchburg.
Yeah, he was from that area.
That's my area.
Yeah, what was? Oh my God, his last name was Day.
Alta Vista.
Jason Day.
Jason Day, I think.
Justin Day.
Justin Day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, Justin, if you're listening to this.
Sorry, Justin. We still love you.
Yeah. But yeah, man, he was awesome.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, I got him on because I put out an APB in one of my music groups. It's like, hey, anybody wants to be on the podcast, and that still stands true. If you're listening to this, and if you are listening to this on YouTube, or you're in one of my music groups and you want to be on the show, send me an email or a PM. Anyway, yeah.
So, anyway, back to middle school.
Yeah, because we got we're talking about hunting, and no, let's just go back to middle
So
school.
where were we at? 6th grade snare. Oh yeah,
Sixth grade snare drums.
So boom, finally, I learned all these other things, and then I played the snare. We'll get to high school, and actually 8th grade, and I was able to try out for the marching band in high school. So I would go and I played baseball, like for the high school too, like 8th grade.
Okay.
So I would just catch the bus from the middle school to the high school, the activity bus. We had one that would go like 15-minute ride.
Shortstop or second base?
So from 5 all the way to middle school, all the way up to 8th grade, second base, shortstop, third base, pitch, catcher.
Oh, okay. Universal player.
Yeah, I know the game, bro. My pops coached, played, my mom played, my uncles played, my grandfathers played, my sister played. So it's like I grew up on a baseball field just like I grew up on the drums, bro. So the only 2 things I know, bro, baseball, drums, and like carpentry, construction, finish, plaster work and stuff like that. You feel me?
Oh, so, really? Okay. I might need you.
I'm actually doing a job right now.
Oh, are you?
I'm working with Craig. I go help him, the piano player that just moved in. Yeah,
okay.
I've been helping him finish his basement. So like, that's all I really do. So get to like I'm going from middle school to the high school, trying out whatever. Ended up playing like 4th bass drum for the high school I marched cymbals a lot. I'm sorry, I marched cymbals.
We won't hold it against you.
Yeah, I marched cymbals when I was in 8th grade for the high school, and then from there I just kept marching. Went to snare, bass drum 4, played the quads, the quints, and then
what's the quads?
So the quads has 4, and then the quints has 6. like the
Man,
drums.
this is
It has
shit.
multiple drums
Yes,
on one rack, basically.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see it in my head now.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
few. So then from high school, and then ended up going to Shaw University
Mhm.
on scholarship for band, and marched there. My first year, I majored in music and performance. So I have a year's worth of college theory. You know, I know a little bit about Beethoven and them boys. You feel
Oh,
me? I know a
nice.
little bit, Mozart, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to study all of that. And then found out that I was terrible at theory, and I can't understand the circles of fourths and fifths and augmented and diminished and all this different types of chords.
Like you're blowing my mind just
Right.
talking about
so
that.
like I really just learned after that first year. I mean, I passed all of my classes, but first year of college, I learned like I just wanted to play percussion instruments
Mhm.
and like have fun doing it, make money doing it. Didn't really need to, you know, invest a lot of money into, you know, just that. I wanted to have a stable like job really and just do music on the side, you know. So I ended up changing my degree to mass communications and mass media. So throughout all of that, I was still doing marching band and drumming, playing in churches like the whole time. So like, bro, I've always, since little, I've always been able to buy my school clothes, buy this, pay myself. I started paying my cell phone bill like 9th grade, bro, till now. Well, actually, my job pays my bill now. So,
Oh man.
but it was worth it all those years.
What's wrong with kids nowadays? They need to start doing that shit when they're in 9th grade.
Yeah, start learning an instrument, yo. You can always make money off
There
an
is
instrument.
so much that I align with in your story because I went to college as an art history major, and then I took an art theory class, and it ruined everything.
Yeah, I hated it.
And it's amazing to me how school, university will ruin what you think you want, and it can still very much be what you want. But once you add the phrase theory to it, it becomes sterile. And it takes a lot of love out of what you want to do.
Right.
So I'm obviously thrilled that you maintained that passion and that love for your craft, because that class ruined my craft. I dropped out of art school, and you know I've made very little money on my art.
Right.
And I just kind of assumed at that point I was never going to make a lucrative career out of my art. So applause to you for being able to do that, even if it's not your primary livelihood. It's very poignant for me to hear another artist successfully acquiring a living wage from his art.
I appreciate it.
Well,
Absolutely.
why don't you just draw
But
something
that's what I was about to say.
and put it out there, because you never know who
never
might
know.
find your art.
Right.
So what's that saying? One man's trash
Another
is another man's
man's
treasure.
treasure. Yeah.
So
Are you calling my art trash?
I've seen your art. I don't think it's trash. I think you got a couple of pieces right now in your apartment you could probably sell. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do. Throw me some pieces. I'll hang them up in my crib when people come through. I'm like, yo, boom.
Oh my God, I can make
mean-
your house my gallery.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, for real.
Okay.
Like, I have a link with a lot of people, yo. So, and like one of my homies, he just moved to Charleston doing art. He making good money.
I mean,
Yeah,
I see a
nice
business
house.
partnership here. Look at this.
I don't know. It's just, it was so cute. You know, my dad is like the biggest fan of my art. You know, when I was living in Florida, he'd be like, man, Laura, I wish you would just take some of your art to some of those galleries down there. I know there's a lot of galleries in Key West. And I'm like, Dad, you're so cute. But no, like, I need to make money. And
Well,
I guess I never really had a ton of faith in it. And also it's just, I look at it and I'm like, this is not a substantial career.
So, it doesn't have to be, but you can still make money off of it. You feel me? And you can't expect to start at the top. Like, most artists don't get rich until they die anyway.
I mean, shit, look at
Okay.
podcasting.
Exactly.
So it's like,
I mean,
right, you know, it's like, so you just got to do like, do your passion. Because at the end of the day, like, I already, like, my homies tell me all the time, like, I really have low confidence when it comes to drum set, bro. Because I've been around so many good drummers. Like, in college, one of my homies, he had full scholarship to Berkeley in New York for drum set. You feel me? And you don't get that. You feel me? Like, but he actually went on tour with an artist instead of going to Berkeley. You know what I'm saying? So he turned it down to tour and make money. So I was around dudes that really drum, bro, like drum. So my confidence is really like here on drumming. But what I'm learning is it's not really about how good you are. It's really more so like how you make people feel, you know. And I just have the gift to make people feel good when I play, you know. And a lot of the times I'm zoned out when I'm on the drums. Like, I'm in the music. Like, I'm really like Tony, Eric, like, I watch them. Like, I'm watching their bodies because I'm trying to feel them so I can make the music feel the way they feeling it rhythm-wise, you feel me? And then that transfers to the audience, you know. So it's like, I'm locked in, like, yo, let's play, let's go. But some people are like, yo, why you be frowning? Why you look so mad? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just locked in. I'm feeling this. So.
I call it unconsciously competent. It's like driving a car. You know what you're doing and you know you're really good at what you're doing, but you don't have to stop and think about what you're doing because it's so deeply ingrained into your genetic material at this point.
thought you were going to say his genitals.
It sounded that way.
I did throw an extra syllable in there. I apologize.
Whoa.
It's all good.
I imagine that is a feeling that's orgasmic when you get, you know, embraced in that music and that feeling.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like that's not what's happening because, again, it's just so deeply rooted into his nature that probably once upon a time, probably maybe one of the first times you played live in a band setting, it was like that. And you were just deeply ingrained in that feeling of that excitement, that adrenaline.
Right, and that's not a good thing all the time.
Exactly, because then you start getting up in your own head and then suddenly you're consciously incompetent and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and now I have anxiety about it. Yes. So that's...
And that's why I could only have...
a little icebreaker, take the edge off.
Don't buy Jay a drink when you go to Plus because he's got to focus.
I like and that's one thing I've learned. Like I tell Tony all the time, like, you know, most musicians you meet, they're turning up, playing all the time. You know, like it's one thing if you're in rehearsal and you're having a good time with the homies. All right, do what you do. But like, I never really seen a musician like be able to not do it while they're performing and stuff. And when I seen Tony like not drinking, not really turning up on nothing, you feel me? He's just high off of life and performing. That changed my whole like perspective on like how I should like take on gigs and how I should carry my business. So like from the time I met Tony, anytime I'm really playing a gig, the most I'm gonna drink like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm only gonna drink that before or during. I might hit a little vape or something, you know. But I can't. It doesn't feel the same ever since watching Tony not drink. Like I get anxious, anxiety sets in, and it's like I know they know I'm drunk right now. Like, and I'm like that's literally how I don't know. It's weird, but now I just like, all right, I'll take a little half shot or something and I'm good. Like, let's work, let's play, because I'm gonna feel good off the music, you know. So, or from the crowd's vibe, like, because the crowd, they really control a lot of that, you know.
I have a question, and it's
so
a
do
very
I. So
important
I'm after
question.
You. Raise my hand.
Are you a Taurus or a Virgo?
I'm an Aquarius.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Wrong. I was
Wow.
all the way wrong. Very interesting. Okay. So,
not too many people can read.
well, I think I do get fooled by Aquarius more than anyone. I think air signs in general are like kind of the chameleons of the zodiac. So yeah, that's you got me. He's like the only one that I've like truly guessed all the way wrong.
Like all the way. You took 2 shots at it.
I did. Well, I thought for sure he was an earth sign.
I am. I'm a water.
Aquarius
is
is
water.
air sign.
Do you consider that an air sign?
Aquarius is an air sign. I understand that Aquarius is the water bearer, but it's an air sign.
Oh boy, controversy here on Hammered.
I'm not controversy. No, but I was just,
You probably have some heavy water placements because of your. I'm thinking in terms of your affinity to
it's
music.
crazy
Are you a
because-
Pisces moon?
So my mom's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. My father's a Pisces. My sister's a Leo.
Oh, geez.
So my mother's February 2nd. I'm February 7th. My father's February 28th. And then my sister's August 19th. It just passed.
Oh, she's a cusp. She's like barely on Leo season.
Yep.
She's the one kind of hearkening in Virgo season.
Y'all right on that line.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
I'll have to do your chart because I'm sensing some kind of Earth rising and definitely Pisces moon.
Look, this is another call, and she could open up a shop.
hey,
Do you know how to read tarot cards?
No, I've never.
Should-
Tarot? Did you
Tarot?
say tarot?
Tarot.
I don't even know what to call it. I don't know. That was
I-
what you
Tarot?
called
It was a
me.
good stab, right? Tarot cards.
Tarot cards?
Tarot. Okay.
Tarot?
Tarot.
Tarot.
Tarot?
It's like carrot with a T.
Oh, sweetie, no.
Tarot.
Oh.
Tarot cards. I don't know.
No, I don't
Jesus.
read tarot cards.
Moving right along.
But I do. My friend Keith, he does tarot.
But you don't, so.
I
that was
don't do
question.
tarot, but I think we could definitely do like a whole conversation around.
Did you say tarot?
Yes, it's tarot.
So it's spelled Tarot, right? Not like bow and arrow. So
Okay.
bow and tarot.
And Margot Robbie is not Margot Robbie.
Oh my God, she's amazing though. Harley Quinn. God, you seen the new Suicide Squad?
Oh no! Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was really good.
Marissa watched that the other day. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dope.
Anyway, way to gloss right over my point.
But yeah,
sometimes,
the T's are silent.
sometimes, sweetie, the T's are silent.
Okay.
Marlowe.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you.
Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Is it?
It's my superhero tandem right there, boy. Wonder Woman and Harley
Anyway,
Quinn.
you had a question.
I
for
did
Jay.
have a question.
Please ask him.
Okay, so let's bring this back to music. So
What's up?
this going to Plus and seeing Eric and Tony and how they play multiple songs. I mean, I'm sure they've been doing this for years. So they've played Bohemian Rhapsody 5,000 times.
Sure.
They've played Journey 5,000 times. So certain songs, you know, they got them.
Played on.
They got, and you're probably the same way with the drums.
Oh.
You know, but what happens when you get a song? When they get a song that you're like, oh shit, do you have to do what Tony and Eric do? Like, I know Tony will sit there to put his AirPods in and he'll listen and on his iPad and he'll get the words and so on, and he'll learn it just like that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But do you ever see yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, I don't know, do I just have a rhythm I follow with the guys on the piano to keep pace, or do I know the song?
So most of the time, definitely just following them and getting the equation that they're throwing to me. You feel me?
Okay.
And
So you
like,
don't know
I'm-
like the actual music that's written for the drums and those songs.
I think
You
I
just-
heard for the first time, and I've been at Plus a million times and heard what's in the song by Elton John, Rocket Man.
Yeah. Rockin' Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I've heard that a million times at the bar in the last 2.5, 3 years, right?
Yeah.
I heard it for the first time the other day when I watched it on the fucking. I'm
Seriously?
sorry, excuse my French, but
No,
the,
you're good.
the
Yeah, we
docu-
cuss here on
Alright.
Hammered.
Her
Yes.
more than anybody.
Actual
But on
facts.
the documentary, like I watched it and I'm like, oh, this is how this song like sounds like for real. But I play like, and a lot of the times people are like, bro, you like, you knew that song? And I'm like, no, bro, I just
Oh wow.
played what they played to me.
That's amazing to me.
It's all about
Like,
tempo, and
Yeah.
just like every song has a rhythm. You just gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta know the equation. That's it.
You got to know,
just
and
feel it. You
that
feel
comes with knowing the drums,
Experience.
knowing what sound each one makes, and just, I guess, feeling it. I don't know.
So a lot too is, bro. It's you gotta feel it, bro. It's,
Yeah.
So like like my first time hearing, like of course I've heard the Irish song.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't even know, but I've
Oh,
I've watched movies and heard it like so I can like, bro. I really like remember stuff that I hear. like so sometimes I might not know it, but I'm like, yo, I know it, but I don't know it. You feel me? It's like I've heard this before, so I got an idea of the rhythm, how it's bouncing or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
because some things are straight, some things are like more swing. You know, some things.
That's happening. I do notice, I think sometimes Nikki and obviously sometimes you, when and it doesn't occur to me that you guys maybe are still trying to feel it out. Nikki, I can see it in her facial expressions more, but there's a whole lot of like really just generic like rhythm happening, and then as you guys get more comfortable, there's a whole lot more movement and sound happening as the song goes on.
Right.
So it's that makes perfect sense what you described because I have seen that.
Right. So it's like if I don't know it, I'll start out on a hi hat, and then if I feel like I'm getting it, all right, now I might add in another fill, kind of, but on another cymbal, feeling another rhythm,
Yeah.
and then I'm always gonna wait to hear it at least till the one comes back. So when I come in on drums, it's gonna be on the one.
Is there a song that comes to mind when
Um,
you're like, oh shit, this song?
I mean, for me, bro, after I hear something twice, usually I got it. Like,
Locked in after
yeah,
that?
now I can tell you. I already like now I can do a fill leading you, the piano player, into what your part is because I already know where you're going, so I can take you there now. And that's really like the job of the drummer. You feel me? You keep in tempo, and then it's like when it's silent moments, you're filling it in. You feel me? And then you're taking them to the bridge, or you're taking them to the chorus. You're taking them there like with the feel. You're guiding them. You're guiding the song for real, but keeping that tempo. So certain songs like now, at this time, if we play like "Don't Stop Believing" or something, like I can play way more confidently just because I know it, and I can lead them. But normally it's not my show, so I'm always trying to follow what they're doing it because it's always different piano players there play it different ways.
Yeah.
They don't all play the same way, so it's like I'm always following, but I can play more comfortably certain times on certain songs because I know what's going on.
Is there a song though that you just like hate?
Oh,
Like
man.
someone throws a request up there and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, not this.
Don't Stop Believing, Bohemian Rhapsody.
So it's all about like the time of the night. For real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on who there. Like
Yeah.
it
We're
depends
4 hours in and
Yeah.
we're like, oh my God, not this.
I mean, it's a long show too. I mean,
Yes.
from 8 to like 2. So sometimes you might double dip and do the same song like
Right.
twice.
But you know that's when normally we'll open up a GoFundMe for a song. You know we try. That's Tony. You know tell me be like, bro, I ain't trying to play this 60 times tonight. You know, so and that's real. That's real because a lot of
Yeah.
people like it. You know, they're
Yeah.
big songs. So it's like, and I mean, like, yo, they're not easy songs to play. You feel me? Like, I remember, it's a Van Halen song that I played for the first time ever, bro, and it's a hard song. It's
Eruption.
no, hot for teacher or sex.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Hot for Teacher.
Is that's it.
Yeah.
Bro. So somebody paid like, I want to say like $60 or something like that.
Cha-ching.
You
Yeah.
feel me? To hear that. And that was one of the moments, piggybacking off what you were saying, like that was one of the times when Tony's like, hey bro, go listen to the song for me. And he does it occasionally. He'll be like, because sometimes he really wants a certain intro or a certain change or whatever in the song, and he'll be like, bro, I really want you to hear this, and I'm gonna look at you. Like, I'm always watching whoever's leading the song. Like, that's the number one thing. I learned that when I was like 6. Like, always watch who's leading the song, singer or who's leading it. So I'm always watching him. He'll be like, yo, just tell. You gonna see. Like, I'm like, all right. So that one day he's like, yo, go listen to Hot for Teacher for me, and I get back there, and it's just like,
And Van Halen
and I'm like,
is
oh crap. And I just remember, before I even went in the back, I remember I'm sitting on this stage, and the person who ordered the song is literally like right there. And before I even put him in my ear, he walked up to me and he's like, hey dude, like I didn't give you the song to be an asshole. Like I really want to hear the song. Like I wasn't trying to be an asshole. He's like, if you can't play it, like I completely understand. Because mind you, bro playing like double bass, got a full like crazy kit. He got a lot of drums to hit on. You feel me? So he like, if you can't play it, I completely understand. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Let me at least listen to it and like for real listen to it and see what's going on. So I went in the back and I'm sitting back there and like the first thing I noticed in the song is it's starting out with hurt. They call it hurtus.
yes.
You feel me? And then it's keeping like a triplet feel throughout the whole song. So in my head, I'm like, damn, I don't have double bass up here. And even if I did, like that song is way too fast for me to play. I don't play double bass. You feel me? I messed up my left knee playing baseball. I can't move my left foot for real. So
Oh my God.
I can't even do that if I wanted to. You feel
wow.
me?
Yeah,
So
okay.
Oh my
so
God.
like I'm playing a bunch of this stuff. I'm playing with one foot and or like is a technique called heel toe, giving 2 strokes with one beat. You feel me? So I'm doing that type of stuff. Like he has both his feet and then hands and crap. So I'm like, all right, how can I get it? So I'm like, shoot, as long as I can basically get that triplet feel, I'll be able to get through it at least. But so I'm playing. I go out 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes later. You feel me? This is walk out there, listen to half the song, and I'm like, all right, okay, all right, back hear the different changes, and then come back, tell me like, you ready? I'm like, all right, bro. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then we started. You feel me? And like the whole song, boom, like, and everybody's going crazy, bro. You feel me? Get off the drums, bro. Come up to me. He's like, bro, reach in his pocket, $60. It's like, dog, I wasn't even expecting it. Like,
Oh wow,
you
man.
feel me? I wasn't even expecting you to get nowhere near it, man. You almost played it perfectly. You feel me? And so it's like stuff I love, but
my
that's what I like. I
God.
like the challenge. Like,
And that's what impresses me, man, about you guys at Plus. Like these guys that play the songs in studios, they practice them, you know, they know that. They live those
Yeah.
songs. You guys play them once a month maybe,
Right.
you know, songs like that. And then you got to like learn it
Yeah.
in 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Less.
And Van
Really less.
Halen, easily one of the most complex
Yeah.
musical sounds of all history.
Right. It wasn't perfect. Don't get it twisted.
Oh,
It wasn't
still.
perfect. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't perfect,
but still.
but it was played, and they were happy, and that's all that matters.
It would be nice if we had that on video. I wouldn't mind
I'll-
seeing that.
Did someone
Talk
record that?
talk to Tony.
Yeah.
Tony could possibly have yeah, because
Or
he
we-
was happy about it too.
We could just see it this Saturday. If Jay, you working?
Michael, you are going to be in
Actually-
California.
Oh, that's right.
And I have
Shit.
a show Saturday too. Actually.
Oh, okay. Well, a show? What you got going on?
So it's not my show, but I'm teaming up with it's a group. I don't know what their title is right now. They're a nonprofit, but they're having event. It's called Speak by the Lake, and it's off of it's like 1511 Jaguar Street in Raleigh. It's like a community center or something out there, but it's going to be a bunch of like local poets and local artists doing. It's like 1511 Jaguar Street in Raleigh. It's like a community center or something back there, but it's going to be a bunch of like local poets and local artists doing a bunch of like original music. And then one of my homies, Notorious, he just dropped like an EP with 5 songs on it, first one ever. And I think he has like, you know, a few thousand streams. Like, so, I mean, nothing big, but he you know what I'm saying, this is his first, he's young too, first album, and he's making a little noise. So he's actually going to be the main artist, and then me and some homies, we're the house band for him. And then we're also playing for the artists and backing up the poets. So it's going to be a nice little semi-formal event. We have a bunch of vendors coming through. Sold VIP tickets. Came with dinner and wine. So
are tickets still available if somebody wants to get them? Or?
So they are, and actually I'll try to send you a link.
Okay, we'll add it to the end.
Yeah. And it's this Saturday actually from I think it starts at about 6.
Okay.
5:30. I don't know. Don't quote me, but I'm gonna send you.
We'll get the info.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the information.
Yeah, didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. I wasn't because I wasn't expecting to come here to, you feel me, promote that, but it just came up.
Hey, I mean that's what happens on podcasts. Shit comes up, right?
Straight up.
It has been
Sometimes,
so long since I've been to a poetry reading, like literally 15 years.
Like, I think it's something I want to try. Kind of like I've never done it. I grew up, man, in the country. You just didn't read poetry, you know, and you didn't go to Broadway. You didn't go to musicals and stuff. And, you know, I kind of always wanted to do that.
And you generated a molecule of class.
What? I still haven't been to Broadway or a show at DPAC or poetry.
You keep arranging other things. You don't give me the time to book these things. If I'm like, I want to go see the Nutcracker at DPAC, it's Bolshoi Nutcracker, easily the best Nutcracker. See, this is why I can't take him anywhere.
Hey, yo, but see, this is what you do. You go and just joke the whole time you there, bro. But at least you experience it.
I mean, I'm totally down to do it. I would love to. I'd love to.
I think you should write some poetry.
I'm not good with words.
Hickory dickory dock. It's Andrew Dice Clay.
Mouse was on the cover. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not. I couldn't even be creative enough to make up something funny.
Bro, I couldn't come up with it. Like, that's why I'm not a comedian. I'm not quick witted like that. And
that's the country boy in us, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That was going to a K-8 elementary school.
But
in the country.
I grew up in the country.
Nobody really picking on you. You didn't have to really joke like that. You don't do that. And around my way, like, we didn't really see the whole, like, of course we would joke with friends, but like, you didn't really get bullied. You didn't have to know how to joke back. Nowadays, you gotta know how to joke back, man.
Well, so back in the day, I did get bullied, man. I was like, cause I was a fat, chubby kid, you know, and I grew up kind of like poor compared to the other ones. You know, I did my time in the welfare cheese line, getting the thick ass blocks of cheese. That's just good, by the way.
That's the best cheese. That's real cheese.
And so yeah, I from probably like 5th grade through 7th grade. Actually, no, from like 3rd through 7th, I probably got picked on, but I always fought back. I got to a lot of fights, man, a lot of fights. But yeah, but it all stopped in high school. Right. Yeah, because I played baseball too, and I played football. Right. And then I was throwing some crazy weight in 10th grade. So, yeah.
They was going to have to be ready for a fight.
I got sexy quick, boy. It was like the girls were looking at me, and they're like, who are you? Yeah. Your chest is so big, Mike.
I've been chopping wood, baby, all summer.
Man, Paul Bunyan in the country out there, shit.
Straight up.
There you go.
Anyway,
A little quick
you should
story
try to
for you.
write some poetry.
All right.
No, just go listen to some, bro.
I'm gonna watch a YouTube video and watch writing poetry. I'll go to YouTube University on it.
That's something
Seems
I've
to
thought
work.
about doing. Secretly, I started an Instagram page for my poetry.
Okay.
And I've thought about speaking it. Very rarely do I ever read it out loud, but when I'm writing it and I read it back to myself, there is a rhythm and a sound to it, and I don't think it makes sense to other people who are reading it to the tune that is in their head. So that's something that I've thought about doing.
Can you give us an example right now off the top of your head? Do you have anything you can recite?
No.
But I get what you're saying, though.
Yes. So the rhythm in which the words
Flow.
play upon the next. So what is it? Iambic pentameter is how Shakespeare wrote his sonnets. And it was in the rhythm of a certain number of syllables. I think it was pentameter. So a multiple of 5. I think it was 15 syllables in a line.
Okay.
What light through yonder window breaks, from Romeo and Juliet. So that whole section where Romeo is seeing Juliet's light, all that whole verse is in iambic pentameter. I write similarly, but not in the tune to all of Shakespeare's sonnets. Or
Right.
yeah.
Right. It's definitely about how you present it.
Mm-hmm.
You said, pronounce everything.
I don't know. You just blew my mind. I'm just like,
It is the east and Juliet is the west. So it's like a whole like rhythm to it.
so you get what she's talking about, right?
No doubt.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh. Well, it's some a lot of writers would call it the cadence.
Thank
You feel
you.
me?
God, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't
Like,
think of the word. Thank you.
It's like basically the cadence. You know, I think it has other names too, but it's just like the flow.
It's
No.
The way it
the
goes.
rhythm,
The rhythm.
for sure. But cadence was definitely the word I was trying to find, and I couldn't find it. Thank you.
No problem.
I have a question
So,
for you, man. Let's take it back to drums. All right. Do you have a favorite drummer? Who is somebody you listen to and you'd be like, wow, I want to be like that dude on the drums?
Man. So it, initially it was like Tony Royster Jr.
Okay.
But bro is an alien, bro. He's an alien.
That good.
Yeah, bro.
No.
And a lot of people would argue the point that he's just a drummer and not a musician, like not a real percussionist. But I kind of see where they come from, you know,
Yeah.
because he's all about like a lot of beats, real fast. He likes playing like heavy metal type stuff. Black dude, but loves like that heavy metal.
Who does he play with? Or
He plays his own bands, bro. I think one of his bands is like ASAP or something like that. I don't know. I'll show you some stuff. But Tony Royster Jr. Bro was like the best drummer in the world at 12, bro. 13. You can YouTube him. Like, he's legit, bro. He plays for Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z's main drummer. The one that plays, show me what you got, mama. Show me what you got,
Oh, yeah?
pretty lady.
yeah, we'll have to look him up.
Yeah, him. So then him, and then Aaron Spears plays for Usher, or played for Usher. I don't know if he still plays for him. Nate Smith. There's so many different drummers, bro, like that are great, and they're all in their own little avenue doing their own thing.
Yeah.
For me, I just like to listen to everybody, man. I don't necessarily like to say one's better than the other. I mean, because everybody's just playing what they feel.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
So I was leading into what we're going to do next because it's time to play Hammer Trivia.
Okay.
I don't know. What we do here, every guest goes up against Laura in 6 questions. All right.
Oh, Lord, I'm gonna
You get 3 questions apiece. Whoever gets the most right wins the hammered trophy, which is right here on the table.
I just came across this really funny meme, and I feel like it would resonate with everyone here. Am I wrong? I feel like that resonates with everyone here.
For those of you listening
No, but for real, that's my mom.
on iTunes or
I'll
Spotify,
share this for the
it's
video.
a meme of like what would you call those, like wood straw plates
holders.
Yeah.
I was going to say wicker.
Crazy
but
Laura
that's
meme.
Not wicker. I don't know. I just it really resonated with the conversation we were having about growing up in the country. Anyway.
Okay. Are you ready, Laura? This is going to be a hard one tonight.
That's what she said.
See, it's not just me.
But look.
Jay. It's her. She's worse than I am.
I never think I'm the worst person at that game. And then saying like no homo, I'm terrible at that. Like
I don't even know if you can say that anymore. They'll be like, "What do you mean by a homo?"
I'll be like full homo, sis.
Like I'll
Show
say
me your
stuff,
tits.
and my bros would be like, hey,
What's
bro,
wrong with being
they be
homo?
like, bro, you gotta say pause, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know. Like, what? Come on, bro, leave me alone.
Oh man, the times we live in. But here you go. So this is going to be on drummers.
Okay,
Famous drummers.
No.
Okay.
Why are you setting me up for
no,
failure?
I promise, we're probably in the same boat.
Some of this is, I think one answer might be the winning point here. 1 point. Okay, because these are hard.
You probably know more of these. Than I
Okay, who was the drummer for Bruce Springsteen from 1974 to the present? Jay, you go first.
I was going to say, Jay did not realize he was first step.
Is it Paul Cook, Max Weinberg, or Mick Fleetwood?
I have no clue. I'm gonna go with one. Let me think. In high school, you know what I used to do if I didn't know? I used to always guess C. Is it C?
That's the wrong answer.
That's
That was
what it would be.
Max Weinberg played for, what was the Bruce Springsteen's band, the Easy Street Band or something like
Bruce
that.
Springsteen.
Yeah, but Max Weinberg went on to play in like Jay Leno's orchestra or something on the Tonight Show or Conan's or whatnot.
I don't know if I told y'all this, but being from the country, bro, I was outside playing and in the woods and stuff. So
Drinking from the water hose.
You feel me? I don't know nothing about like entertainers and stuff unless they're popping now for real. But I'll still guess.
Okay, I'm gonna give Laura a hard one too.
That's
Someone. Okay.
I bet you will.
Did you get it in? Okay.
Yep. Not yet.
Okay, so I can't even read the damn questions right now, Jay. Hold on. Let me make sure she's done. Let me take
Is
a
it
sip of
hot
this.
in
Hold on.
here? Or is it just you? No, really, it's hot as balls in here.
It
Did
is.
you turn
Oh my
the air on?
God, air is on. Fucking vent stopped up or some shit. Anyway, Laura, who was the drummer for the Rolling Stones from 1963 to the present? Is it Stuart Copeland, Charlie Watt, or Joey Kramer?
Joey Kramer.
That is wrong. It is Charlie Watt. Charlie Watts, I'm sorry.
I didn't have a clue.
Someone.
Super extra voltage here.
Hold,
What?
please. Someone died from Rolling Stones recently.
It was their drummer.
Yes.
Neil
And that happened today.
Yeah.
It happened today?
Today.
It was today or yesterday.
Where?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Who did Neil Peart play for?
I'm not
Is that
sure.
one of the trivia questions?
The Charlie Watt, though.
Charlie Watts. Oh, my God.
Yeah, he died,
He just died today?
So they need to
Today.
change this to 1963 to 2021.
Yeah, R.I.P. to
Wow, rest in peace.
I was like, wait a minute. It didn't compute. Okay, R.A.P. Charlie.
All right, so rest in peace, Charlie. Now I'm going to give Jay a somewhat easy one here. Who was the drummer for the Beatles between 1962 and 1970?
You see at my face.
Wait, you know this one, right, Jay?
All right, let's see.
Oh, you've got to know this.
Here's a collection of the 4 whitest people to ever walk the planet, and you have to tell me which one the drummer was.
You said,
But
what
even in
year?
the country, he's heard of this.
I was born in '94.
94?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's just a baby.
You've still heard of this guy.
I hope so.
Was it Don Henley, Dennis Wilson, or Ringo Starr?
Hey.
Oh my God, Jay really doesn't know this. Man,
That ain't
if
it.
like Tony or Pete listen to this podcast and hear that, they're probably gonna give you shit.
They already know that I don't know. They be talking so much shit. Yo, Tony be looking at me like, bro, have you ever heard this song? I'm like, Tony,
Okay.
you already know I haven't heard none of these
We are going to
songs.
request something by Ringo Starr.
You have to be a scholar of music to be a musician.
Yeah, like, I never watched baseball.
Hey.
I hated watching baseball.
Oh, it's pretty boring,
Play the
man.
hell out of it though.
Yeah, it's boring ass sport, man. Unless it's playoffs or.
Nah, yeah, I'm terrible at trivia anyways.
But it was Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr.
really?
Yeah, and you probably played some of his shit at Plus.
Definitely.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Ringo Starr song. But yeah.
All right, yeah.
all
I
right,
feel
Laura.
like they've played songs. Okay, do you remember the first night you took me to Plus and Eric played Hysteria? And he swears to this day it didn't happen. I'm like,
Eric
"Bruh."
didn't play it. It was
He did.
somebody that flew in and played it.
It was Eric. You introduced me to him at Plus, and I just remember
sure?
just like being in awe. I was awestruck because he nailed it.
You know what? I was going to give her a somewhat easy one, but now I'm looking at for a hard one here.
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me. Who was the drummer for Blink 182 between 1998 and the present? Was it Jimmy Chamberlain, Carter Beaufort, or Travis Barker?
I think I do possibly know that one now.
Okay, we're going to see.
B.
Okay, what was your guess?
It's definitely Travis Barker. Right?
It's Travis Barker.
Oh,
which
I
was
thought
C.
Travis Barker was played for someone else. I thought for sure he.
Well,
played
they
for
all
someone
played for
else.
someone else.
Yeah, he played
He
for
just-
a couple people.
Oh yeah, the years. It's the years. It's the years that's throwing me off. How come
All right.
these bands are just like throwing around drummers? Like just
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's how it goes, you know.
So if Jay gets this one right, you might be kind of like upset about this. Jay, who's the drummer for Def Leppard between 1978 to the present? Is it Rick Allen, Ian Pace, or Ginger Baker?
Hey,
Rick Allen. That is correct.
I guess.
to be honest, I didn't really know his name. I know he has one arm.
I figured you, a diehard Def Leppard fan, would
I
know
know.
this one.
I know bro had one. I just know bro with one arm.
How sick is
Bro
that to
is
play with
Same.
one arm?
dope, bro's dope. And then I've seen a video of this. It's this girl who plays with. I think she has like this much of her arm cut off,
Uh-huh.
and she has it like the stick like wrapped
Like taped?
around.
Oh,
and she plays.
my God.
Oh, that's badass.
That is badass.
It's dope.
Okay, Laura, I am going to give you. This is pretty easy, I guess, but you got to have this to tie Jay and go into overtime, or if you don't, Jay gets the trophy. So, who's the drummer for Genesis between 1970 and 1996? Neil Peart, Chad Smith, or Phil Collins?
All three of them are great.
Neil Peart.
Oh my God, Jay,
She was wrong.
she's wrong.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins was.
I didn't know he played drums.
Phil Collins.
He was in Genesis, though. Oh, I guess you didn't know these other guys.
I knew he was in Genesis, but I didn't know he played the drums.
So did he play the drums on In the Air Tonight? Like, can you do that?
Yeah, bro.
Of
Oh
course
my-
he can. That's like the
That's-
most basic sequence.
No,
But
that's
it's
badass.
definitely you know, I mean, there's a wrong and right way to play it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so me, what I like to do, I try to at least play the accents. Like,
Yeah.
you could play whatever drum, but just get the
Like
right,
that
get
beat,
the right
though.
rhythm.
It's
Get
3
the
minutes
beat.
into the song, but
Yeah.
man, when it hits, it's like bam.
Well, I think that's
Oh.
why it's so powerful. It's not exactly a complex series of notes. It's just impactful.
Every time it goes off, it buzzes the ears.
It didn't. That wasn't me. That was just a notification from Instagram that doesn't buzz.
No, every time your phone wakes up, it buzzes. Don't you hear it too?
And you're in the
headset? Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're totally brushing over the fact that Jay won trivia.
I am the winner.
There you go, Jay. Oh, dropped the trophy. Oh, no. Disrespected the trophy.
First time winning.
I think it was.
trivia.
We disrespected the trophy by winning on one ever-loving question.
Oh.
Turn up. Thank you.
I mean.
We'll customize it for you.
First, I want to thank,
What episode are we on?
It's 64 or 65. 65, yeah.
I'll write out episode 64, Hammered Trivia
Nice.
Champion.
Yeah.
Turn up.
Yep.
You know, when Pete was on, we didn't do trivia, did we?
No, that was
Yeah.
before the era of Hammer Trivia.
No. Well, he's going to have to come back on so he can get waxed by Miss Laura over here. I don't know. You lost last night, too, didn't you? Oh, we had a podcast last night, too.
Okay, no, bruh, I got a bone to
Yeah.
pick with you about last night, okay? So we went into overtime. The rules for overtime were the
Can I
first
switch it?
person...
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
If I were you, I would actually pour it in the trophy.
Do not
Ooh.
pour it in the trophy. It has not been sanitized.
Alcohol. All right. Okay. I'll take it.
I mean, I constantly joke about taking a shot in the trivia trophy, but
Actually, that
I
might have been
wouldn't.
done already in that trophy.
it might have. We'll get you
When
a
we did
fresh
the
one.
bros of the square table, I think we all.
Ew,
Yeah.
y'all nasty.
I'm gonna get you another trophy, Jay. Look at
We'll
that.
get you a fresh one.
He like, hey, bro.
Get you a sanitized trophy.
Anyway,
With the
talking
sound.
about Hammer Trivia last night, we went into overtime, and the rules for overtime was the first person to get a question wrong, lost.
Okay.
So I was kind of fucked because our guest got the question wrong, and then you proceeded to ask me questions.
No, you had to rebut. You had to have one right during that round. Then the next round, it was sudden death. This was clear.
He said, we
Clear as fog.
Yes, clear.
Clear as fog.
Crystal clear.
Well, it was clear tonight. You took that L like a champ. I mean, bam,
I don't
got
know.
it.
getting dubs.
Good job.
So,
Good job.
see, that's why I don't play the piano. I got no
Do you
control.
do you play anything else? Or is
I
it
try.
drums? Yeah.
I'm a drummer. I'm a percussionist, bro. That's
Yeah.
what I do naturally, And,
Mhm.
I mean, I plug around on the bass a little bit. That's
Yeah.
really what I want to learn it.
I thought I
just
seen
how
you messing around with the bass a couple of
I
times.
mess
Yeah.
around with it. I took piano lessons, junior year, senior year of high school, and for 2 months at church, and it was like, no,
Yeah.
not even 2 months. It was like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks at church.
Piano's hard.
Yeah.
Piano's very hard. Last year, during the pandemic, that was something I attempted. I borrowed my brother's keyboard. My brother, along with being just an encyclopedia of a human being, is also an incredibly talented musician as well. So
Nice.
I was like, hey, bro, are you using your keyboard? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, I got to borrow it because I gotta learn how to do something new with this newly found free time that I had. And it was hard. It was very hard.
Yeah, it's math, though, if you really get to the root. It's just math. Because it's,
Well, that's why I was terrible at it.
That's why I suck at it too, I guess.
because you
I-
got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so it's 7 notes. That's it. That's all you have is 7 notes. And then you got the half steps in between. So
My brother was very clever in writing out the letters on the keys, which I don't know if that was helpful or a handicap, because then I kept looking for the letters and I wasn't listening for the sound. So I think that might have ultimately
Here's the-
been my undoing.
Here's the thing that gets me with piano players. How in the hell? How many keys are on a piano or a
I
keyboard?
think it's about, on a grand, I think it's like 55, 58.
It's a
or
lot.
80 something even. I think it's like 82 maybe.
How in the hell can they not look at the keyboard and still touch the right ones
'Cause
when
it-
their fingers are just all over the place?
Because it's the same keys repeat. You see what I'm saying? It's only 7 keys that you gotta really learn.
So
It's
what
not-
you're saying is,
It's patterns.
as you go down the keyboard,
It's the same.
some of the keys sound the same.
You go A B C D E F G, A B C D E F G, A B C D E F G, A B C D E F G.
Oh my God, I did not know
And
this.
then it's
And-
octaves. You
Huh.
have octaves. You got a low octave, then you got the next octave of A, then the next octave of A. I think it's like four octaves of all of them. I think.
So an A on this end of the piano is going to be the same note as an A on this
Just a
end of the
different
piano.
pitch.
It's just exactly.
Different pitch.
Different pitch.
Okay. Wow.
So that's
Okay.
why, and then once you put certain letters and certain numbers together, they give you certain harmonic sounds. Certain chords, and that's
And then it's all repetition and just doing it over and over.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
muscle memory.
I did teach myself at one time how to play the Halloween opening theme. That dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I was so proud. Then I forgot. It's gone. I can't. You put a keyboard in front of me right now. It's lost.
Bro, that's
No.
I
That's
could still play for Elise if you put a piano or a keyboard in front of me.
Well, we'll have to get one in the studio one day and just go to it.
Yeah, it would definitely take me a long time. Yeah, I could read the notes.
Yeah.
I could tell you the notes. I'd be like, yo, that's an A, that's a B, that's a C flat. It's gonna take me some time to tell you that though.
That's something I can't do. I've never been able to read music.
Yeah, I could tell you the notes, but it's gonna take me a while to it's hard for me to read even drum set music because it's on different lines. It's almost like reading piano music, reading drum set music, even though it's no tones. It's not B flat, C flat. It's tom 1, symbol 2, triangle, and they're all on different lines and different rhythms, and you have to be able to read each note, and it's on a different line, just like piano music, but it's for drum set. So I can do it, but it's hard.
Literally a concept I have never considered is sheet music for drums.
Oh yeah, how do you think they play in the studio? How do you think a recorder for like Michael Jackson can go in the studio and play it perfectly one time? Like looking at the tracks, the sheet music,
We had sheet music in elementary school, man, with our percussion drum.
Like somebody like Prince. Prince is not gonna write music. Because he writes his own stuff. So it's like when he wrote his music, he wanted it to sound the way he wrote it. So it's like you're gonna go look at that sheet music. You better have it right, And then I met through the bar. I met Ivan Hampton Jr. and me and him, we got real cool. He played for Madonna, Rick James, and Luther Vandross for 20 years.
He was supposed to be one of our judges for ATB Idol before the pandemic. Because
Wow.
I think Pete hooked that up for us.
Oh,
He lives in the area or something,
yeah,
right?
I think he stays out Gardner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Gardner, Clayton, one of the two. Yeah.
Wait, Grammy, wait.
He got a few Grammys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to his studio. He has a school out in Gardner.
Uh-huh.
And I went out there, chilled with him a few times, and of course we played drums in the crowd. And bro has the drums that he has in his house, in his studio, are crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, or just imagine, the average person is buying a setup like what you see at PLUS, a 5-piece set. Well, him being a Grammy award winning, musician, when he gets a drum set, he's getting 3 bass drums, 8 toms, 2 snares. He's getting literally the full kit. Only the top get the full set. When a drum set is made, it's really made with, a 22-inch bass, a 24-inch bass, a 18-inch bass, a 8-inch tom, 10-inch tom, 12-inch tom, 14-inch tom, 16-inch tom, 18-inch tom, 7. He has the entire sets, bro. Didn't pay nothing for him. You feel me? Multiple sets.
God.
So-
Probably sponsors just give them to him or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
They gave him the drums to play in different shows and
Yeah.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking and I'm like, yo, and he'll have he'll have one set, half of it set up in his school and the other sets the other half of the set is in his house, and then he uses another set of the same set to travel. You see what I'm saying? So it's
wow, man.
because there's that many drums. Not many drummers are getting the full set. We're just buying 5 pieces.
I bet you he's got some stories to tell.
Bro,
I'd like to have him on Hammered.
I seen the original sheet music for Madonna, Rick James, Luther Vandross. I got to hold the original like sheet music from the recordings because he wrote the parts. You feel me? So like, and everything that he wrote, obviously he kept the originals. You know, so I was able to look at like a chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. Like that's like a classic Luther Vandross song, and it has very little drums in it. So for somebody to play it the exact way that Luther Vandross wanted it, it's like you had to be able to read music, you know. And a lot of young cats now, it's like they get caught up. It's like, yeah, you don't have to know how to read music for real, but it's a good thing to know how to do, you know, because now you're not costing anybody money for real in the studio. Even if you're not the perfect, you know, reader, even like having an idea of what's going on the sheet music, it'll help you be able to like play what they want quicker, you feel me? And then in the long run, if you're in a setting like playing at PLUS, like that's how I can pick up so quick. It's because I've read sheet music, I've understood it, I know it's only so many. Like sometimes it's crazy how many times people come up to me like, bro, you knew that song?
Sheet music for a musician though has got to be like a no-brainer. I mean, it seems like that should be like your fundamentals when you start out, whether you're self-taught or whatnot. It's kind of like cursive writing. Do they even teach that in schools anymore?
No,
I don't think they teach cursive writing. So like writing checks. So who writes checks nowadays? But you never know. You might have to write a check in this generation now. Cursive writing is going to be gone in 10 years.
Yeah, they probably just
20
teach them
years.
how to sign their signatures.
Yeah, it's a little squirty line.
Call it a day.
Yeah, but it's like a foundation, the building blocks for music. Read that music.
But a lot of people cheat through it. You know, it's easy to like. But I was lucky by having Miss Garcia, and then after her I had Mr. Campbell, and he was real adamant about like, yo, learn how to read, learn how to read. Like, ain't no faking it, learn how to read. So me having those teachers really, you know, put me in the game. And then even once I got to college, it was an HBCU, so it was more so like how you seen on you seen the movie Drumline?
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was just like that's how it was. So in high school, middle school, I was doing corps style marching. So just imagine like Virginia Tech marching, corps style, very militant.
It's like a show,
right?
Yeah.
But it's very precise movements. Everybody's on the same type of movement, right? Well, then once you get to an HBCU, it's the same thing, but it's more show style. So now it's not about how tight can we be, but it's like how much can we turn up the crowd, you feel me? Like, but be unified, but turn at the same time loose.
It's like a theatrical production.
So it's a whole different, it's a whole different feel, but man, I just learned so much from like going through those processes, man, for real.
I think it was like Ohio State University had like one of the most impressive marching bands literally of all time. Like they went viral. Their formations were absurd.
They got the Michael Jackson beat it, made him do the moonwalk.
Yes.
And all of that.
Okay. Was that Ohio State? I feel like it was Ohio State.
Well, I'm glad their band made moves and waves out there because their football team sucks. Shots fired.
Yo, but believe it or not, though, it's bands that are way better than them. Like, there's bands where that's your team, Ohio State.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I can't do it with you.
We're going to talk about the Bikini Bottom marching band when they played for the Bubble Bowl halftime show.
That was my
What?
What was the wow, what was the song? Oh.
Winner takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill.
That's the
last one to fall.
How do you know that?
What was
They'll
that?
never sacrifice their will.
What was the chorus though? It was
Hold, please.
I just remember
Wow.
that. I remember them having
I'm
on the
impressed you
marching
do
band
that.
suits.
When Squidward had to
Direct the band, right?
direct the marching band because his nemesis Squilliam,
Squilliam. Oh my God.
his band
Squilliam.
had a prior engagement. So Squidward had the task of organizing a marching band with such characters as SpongeBob, Patrick, Gary,
And a bunch
Larry
of-
the
a
Lobster.
bunch of extras. Yeah.
Yes, and these are not musicians. And Squidward is a classically trained musician, so he had just this task of turning a bunch of bikini bottom idiots into an actual marching band to perform at the Bubble Bowl halftime show.
There you have it, folks. SpongeBob.
The SpongeBob SquarePants corner of the week.
It was great.
That could be your
It was
thing
one
from
of my
now on.
favorite episodes.
Hold, please. I don't think.
That's one of my favorite episodes. And then the other favorite episode was when he was training the jellyfish with music.
Huh.
And he would catch them. He would go and play the music, and it would like turn him into like a trance. The jellyfish would start dancing and lines and crowd. Yeah.
A
that was
couple
that's my favorite.
episodes come to mind. So there's the one where he kind of like adopts a jellyfish, and the jellyfish comes home and like plays music all night. And then there's the one,
Was that is? I think that is one. Yeah.
and
that's
then
definitely one.
another one where
What was the jellyfish playing? Drums?
No, the jellyfish was just playing a stereo, and he invited
Oh.
all his little jellyfish friends,
and they were partying inside SpongeBob's house, and SpongeBob's like, "You guys gotta
Trying to go to
go,"
sleep, yeah.
and then they fucked up his house, and he learned a lesson about not adopting wildlife or something like that.
What were they playing on the radio? Was it Sting?
Oh, it was
Just some like techno, like house music.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, y'all didn't get that.
Like literally.
Oh my God! Did you hear him? He said, "Were they playing Sting?" It was a jellyfish.
Oh my God. I mean, my dad
That
joke
was,
totally
oh
out.
man, knee slapper. It went over my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh God.
Anyway,
over.
the other one that comes to mind is I'm trying to remember like what
When they
happened
built
in the episode.
they built the giant SpongeBob, and the wind was blowing through SpongeBob.
The jellyfish migration, right?
I don't know.
There are so many
episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants.
And
I
I've never seen one.
Word.
I've never sat down and watched like SpongeBob from A to Z.
That's
I feel
all
bad.
I
I'd be like-
watch. I do. I pity him.
Bro,
This is
back in the
pinnacle
day-
entertainment.
even with
Back
my
in the day,
kids.
they were funny, bro. They were funny.
Like, is that? See, look, it did it again. It's in the buzzing.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Quit
You
trying
and your
to
phone. She thinks I'm bad with my phone. Jay, she's on her phone 24/7.
My
But
girl
at the
said
end,
about me.
This one is trying to deflect from us hammering him for having never seen a SpongeBob SquarePants episode.
so we're at Atlantis Morissette concert the other night, right? And I'm sitting down at the on the lawn with her and my daughter, and I'm on my phone. My daughter's on her phone. She's taking pictures of us, putting it on Snapchat. But guess who else is on their phone while they're doing that? This one. But we're guilty.
How would you know?
know your
You
face
took
was
a
in your
picture.
phone. I was watching Alanis because she was hella impressive.
And y'all two were starting to get bored, so I was like, I'm sorry,
Am I the only person here enjoying this?
Well, she was singing like songs I never heard of before.
you can still enjoy
She got off
it.
a Jagged Little Pill. Like, that's the only album I know of Alanis Morissette. When she started singing the other shit, I was like, ooh. I mean, are you like that, Jay? I don't know. I don't want to hear. I want to hear the good
I
stuff.
want to hear the good stuff.
I don't
man.
want to hear like the new stuff.
When we went to me, Eric, Tony, and Richard, the sound guy.
Mm-hmm.
We went and seen Marcus King at Red Hat,
Okay.
and I can't even remember who we opened up for, bro, because they were trash to me. So like we left. we listened to Marcus King and was like, yo, this other guy should have been opening up for Marcus King, you know?
Yeah,
and then it would have been a good show, but we left early because we were like, it's boring.
Yeah, I've been to shows like that too. Kind of like at Red Hat back in 2019. I think Garbage opened for Blondie. Okay, so I think Blondie should open for Garbage. I totally like Garbage better. That was Garbage, actually.
I have been to shows where the opener, I felt like I went for the opener and then I've left, which was great because I could get out quickly, whatever parking deck I was parked in. But I get that. I've been
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not always bad.
like Testament opened for someone and I can't remember who, but after Testament did their set, I was like,
The
okay,
who?
I guess I'll go home now.
Testament.
Okay. She
Yo.
just pulls out these names. I don't know.
Y'all heard of Snarky Puppy?
No.
Yeah.
Never.
See, I'm gonna put y'all on. Y'all need to check them out.
Snarky
puppy.
That's the band, yo. No, they rarely do. So they'll do some songs with like artists and have vocals, but most of it's just straight instruments, instrumentation. The
I
whole
do
time.
love a good instrumental.
Yeah, just like alternative jazz, rock, like hip hop, R&B. Like it's a mixture of it all. Like you'll hear a electric violinist. Certain songs.
I wouldn't mind having the concert shirt. A Snarky Puppy concert tee would be awesome.
Yeah, I definitely want to cop one. And it's funny, my girl bought me tickets back in like 2015, 2014, 2015. No, 2015, 2016. Yeah. And me and my bro, we went, but I didn't even no merchandise was sold.
Oh man, I try and get a concert tee every place I go, but it's like that damn that song by Cake. A Rockstar Lifestyle. You spend like all this money for concert tees to prove you were there.
Not sure don't.
Yeah, you know who Cake is, right?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they got a trumpet in the band. Yeah, great band. Just go eat your cake.
Yeah,
It's
in
good.
2018, I think I spent more on concert T-shirts than I did on like food.
Oh yeah, dude, my closet's full of concert tees. Anyway,
That was
yeah.
the year of Slayer. That was the year of Def Leppard. That was the year of concerts. That was 2018.
See, I be tripping. I'll go places and never get merchandise.
Man, so I didn't want to buy an Alanis Morissette concert T-shirt, man. No, the most I've ever paid for one was Metallica. That shit was $50 for one T-shirt. Yeah, but I drove all the way to Atlanta to see him, so I was like, yeah, I'm on. I got two concert T-shirts from Metallica. Never again though. Been there and done that. Well, Jay, hey man, thanks for being on the show.
This was dope. Bro.
Yeah, I hope you had a good time. We had a good time. I had a good time. Did you have a good time? Oh my God.
Sorry.
CJ, this is why I got to take her phone from her.
No,
You know,
I was
while
ending
we're in the
this
studio.
show on a very
Listen.
So I don't even know what this is.
Oh, allow me to enlighten
Oh,
you.
she's playing some SpongeBob for everyone listening.
This is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie.
Us. Mr. Jay Jones, you want to see Jay, check him out at PLUS Dueling Piano Bar, Downtown Raleigh. He'll be the man on the drums. He goes up there about 2 or 3 times a night. So thanks again, Jay.
No, I appreciate y'all.
SpongeBob, we'll see you, brother. Take it easy, Sponge. Thanks, Laura, for this little bit of SpongeBob culture.
That's what I'm here for.
Peace.
Look at Patrick on the drums.
We'll see you next time on Hammered.
Bye.
Turn up.